the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars tonight. Bristol Motor Speedway. Seen quite a few races here in the last couple of weeks. A new track for everyone. So drivers wanting to definitely get out here and put a lot into learning this new surface, putting a bunch of race team 360 Wing Sprint Cars checked in for tonight's event right now. Got about 4.5 minutes until they go to their qualifying session. So roughly 2.5 minutes until we go down trackside for opening ceremonies. Night number 3 of the week. Sunday, a full slate of racing. If you missed all of that, be sure to tune in next Sunday. Dirt Kings, NDRA, Hales Corner. About 4 shows Sunday evening. Big show last night, if you were watching. Dominic Santina got to see one of the most interesting finishes I have seen in a while in a sprint car race. Pretty good race. Last lap, last corner, things got... we're going to leave it in interesting. That's where we're going to leave it. Just no real words to explain what we saw last night. Couple of shows for you tonight. I know Dom is going to be on here in just a little bit. For the show, if he's not already, he might be messaging me looking for stuff. But PRO tonight, then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers, Wednesday Warriors, Big Block Modifieds. They head for Cedar Lake. They will be putting on the 40-lap feature there. And then Thursday night, the big show. Dirt Slingers, a Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series. $5,000 up for grabs. That series also working on a deal to help raise money for the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. So they got some auction items up. You can go to dirtslingersracing.com/auctions and check out all the auctions that are going on there. Got a weekly auction every week. Ends Thursday during the broadcast. A lot of cool stuff. Memorabilia. Different prizes being auctioned off there. And then some season-long auction items going on. All the proceeds go directly to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Watch the show before the show. Slinging Dirt. They come on about 15 minutes before race time, about 7:45 Eastern, and we have had some of the best guests. This week's guest, the one and only Brad Doty, will be on with K.R. Stolfus and Jerry Kieser. So be sure you jump on, check that out. Don't be afraid to say hi to me in the chat. I'd like to know where everybody's watching from, who you're cheering for. But it is time for us to go trackside for tonight's invocation and our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate. Thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home the brave.
All right, big thank you to the Foley boys. As we switch over to go to the qualifying session, let's keep our eyes peeled here. Zane Scott about to roll out onto the racing surface. See a couple of more drivers have checked in. Mason Hine and John Batista. So 20 drivers in here now. So full field of cars. We will watch Mr. Scott. Looks like he's having a little trouble up on the top side. Car just a little on the free side, or maybe he was finding a couple of slick spots there, but first time around, second quick, Shane Yates. Now Nick Shamborn, quick qualifier. We'll put our eyes on the 54 car. OJB, John Batista out here. Shamborn, Hinker, Terry Mustard, and I know Mr. Mustard. Said he was going to be doing something special tonight. I think that's an old school paint scheme right there. So Mr. Mustard, a little bit of airtime in the 0-0 machine. Zane Scott jumped to the top of the board, 15.010 for his lap time. Looking for my man there in the 54 car. I think he pretty close to being done. Jumps to sixth quick. So it's Scott, Shamborn, Gladfelter, Cohan. The 21 car up on the barrels there. And then Casey Miller, John Batista, Josh Gerlach, Trevor Hinker, Scott Simley, and Terry Mustard. 19 of our 20 cars have taken time. I don't know if Mason Hine is going to take time or not. So we will let the time run out here. Cars just making a couple extra laps out there. Robbie Schaefer bringing it down. John Borst. Shane Yates stuck over in turn 2. I think he was trying to climb the wall, so. All right, that'll do it for qualifying. It is time to move on. Heat race is about to be divvied up. I'm thinking 3 heats, about 7 cars per. With the invert, that is going to change things up just a little bit. We'll run through your CJAuto21.com starting lineup on the pole for heat race number 1, the TMJ Racing number 00 from Waverly, Ohio, Terry Mustard. And on his outside in the AlwaysRaceDay.com netcode esports number 71 from Bondurant, Iowa, Josh Gerlach. The second row inside the CJ Automotive Disney Motorsports number 21 out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It's Nick Cohan, and to his outside, the Hergot Real Estate Elbows Up SimSport number 37 from Castalia, Ohio, Zane Scott. Your third row inside the 68 car of Chris Webb, and on his outside will be the 68, the 068 of Andrew Haberman. And then on the back row, all by himself, the BAR Transport number 63 from Muskegon, Michigan, Bill Coy. 7 cars. Everybody's going to the feature. Heat race is just a formality to give you your starting spot in the feature. Terry Mustard having a little trouble getting that double lot rolling in a straight line there. Now gets it grouped back in. All right, around one more time, and then we will be going green when we come out of turn 4. You guys don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Looking a little peaked tonight in the chat. Not seeing anybody communicate. At least cheer for your favorite driver. Tell me where you're watching from. Hey, here we go. Amanda Mustard. Giving us the 411 on that 00 car out in the front right there. All right, pace truck about to drop off. Turn 4. Green flag about to be in the air.
Green, green, green.
We are underway. We will come right through your living room. First time around, give you a little at track level. Right there. Terry Mustard grabbed the lead on the first lap. Nick Cohan moved up to second. Now Zane Scott has moved his way into third around Chris Webb. Single file line already, 7 cars. Everybody evenly spaced right now, and Mustard keeping the 00 out in front. Right through the middle of the racing surface. I see Zane Scott creeping in ever so slightly on the 21. That 21 got a little bit of a wiggly rear end right there. He's a little loose in the middle of the corners. Oh, Scott tried to get in there and go underneath. Didn't quite work out. Contact. Everybody going to be able to keep going. Top 3 with a tiny gap. There's Zane Scott again. Trying to stick the nose in there on the inside of that 21 machine and just not able to fit it in there and keep the rear end planted on it. Now closes in, maybe going to try a run down the high side. We'll see what he does there. Just don't see him getting the nose in underneath. That car just a little too free when he cuts it to the bottom. Inside 2 to go. Top 3 getting closer to one another, but still breaking away a little bit from 4th place as we're coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat 1 in the books. Terry Mustard Jr. will pick up the win. Then Nick Cohan, Zane Scott, Chris Webb, Josh Gerlach, Andrew Haberman, and Bill Coy. So we will move on to Heat 2. Run through the CJAuto21.com starting lineup for Heat 2. Full Moon Garage, number 10 of Robbie Schaefer out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania, will start on the pole to his outside. The 26 car of Trevor Henker. Your second row on the inside, the 05 of Casey Miller. Outside of him, the Tokos, number 01 of Nick Shamborn. Shane Yates will start the 11 car inside the third row with Don Runkle Jr., another 00 machine out on the track tonight. And on the back row, the Grand Slam Graphics, number 89 from Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania of Mason High. All right, one more time around Heat 2. Get underway out of turn 4 the next time. Robbie Schaefer, Trevor Henker bringing us to it. We saw a quick single file line in Heat 1. See if Heat 2 maybe produces a little bit more side-by-side action. Pace truck should make the hard left turn right about here. Green flag in the air. Right across the buried cameras. Guys jockeying for position. End of lap number 1. Going to be a Robbie Schaefer at the point. Good battle for second side by side between Casey Miller and Nick Shamborn. Shamborn off the top side will take the advantage. Trevor Hinker sitting there in fourth. Then Shane Yates, Mason Hine, and Don Runkle. A little bit of a slick groove starting to develop there on the entry into turn 1. It looks like the same thing in turn 3. Shamborn going to pull alongside, almost contact there. Schaefer still with the lead, but not by more than a hair. He may give it up right here out of turn 2 as Shamborn was able to get some grip and move forward. And Nick Shamborn will be the end leader in lap number 3. Schaefer's not giving it up. He's working back to the high side. Now he's got Casey Miller working alongside of him. I think maybe the high side, not quite the place you want to be just yet. Still too much grip in the middle and on the bottom. Oh, that time Schaefer got it way out of shape. Opens the door. Hinker's going to make a run at him. Crossed the nose, and then Schaefer got right into him. Robbie Schaefer going to go around. So he got into Hinker right there. Hinker got around the top side on him. Up front, Shamborn making it look easy right now. He's going to take the white flag about 4 car lengths ahead of Casey Miller. And Miller a little bit loose in 2 right there. Opens the gap even more. Pretty sure that sealed the deal. Nick Shamborn will win Heat 2 with Casey Miller second, Trevor Hinker third, Shane Yates, Mason Hine, Don Runkle, and Robbie Schaefer around things out in Schaefer's car. Makes it to the end, but heavily damaged, so we'll see him in something better when it comes around to feature time. So we will run down the starting lineup. The CJAuto21.com starting lineup for Heat 3 on the pole. The 86 car of John Borst and the 12 of Scott Simley on the outside. Your second row inside, the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Diamond Motorsports number 54 from Ellington, Florida, JB John Batista. And on his outside, the 128 machine will be Gabe Gladfelter. And your third and final row for the final heat race of the evening, 24 car of Chris Jabot on the inside, and Hondo Longmire in the 43 on the outside of that row. All right, green out of 4. Borst and Simley. Pace truck will be heading into the infield. The next tie, this next set of corners down here.
Green flag
in the air. You can see the track starting to pick up a little bit of shine right there. John Batista trying to make quick work of the field and get to the front before we get to the end of lap 1. He leads the first lap. Looks like he may start to squeeze away. Oh, that time Gladfelter got in the slick, got a little loose. He collected Simley. They're going to get back close to one another here, and Simley's going to go around on the high side. Batista in the front, Borst is second, then Simley, Gladfelter, Jabot, and Longmire. Longmire back here, the green machine, running in a 6th. John Batista took the lead before we got back to the flag stand on lap 1. He looks like he may cruise to a victory if he can keep it pointed forward. Car very settled, going through the slick, not getting out of shape. Borst hanging tough right there. Lap time's very, very comparable, 4:04 to a 4:39. So it looks like this time going to be a little quicker for the 86 machine than the 54. About the same as the gap was last time the other way. Under a quarter second for these two. We'll keep them on the screen here, coming around to get 2 to go this time. Scott Stimley still third. Then Glatfelter, Jabot, and Longmire. White flag in the air one more time around. John Batista now out to 0.3 of a second. JB will pick up the win in Heat 3. John Bohr second. Scott Simley, Gabe Gladfelter, Chris Jabot, and Hondo Longmire. It's a little warm-up session here. We're going to let the guys get out on to the racing surface. Watch guys for a minute or two take a couple of laps here. Get ready to move on to our 30-lap feature. Just don't forget, DirtSlingersRacing.com/auctions. Drop by there, check out all the memorabilia up for auction. All the proceeds going straight to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Last week we gave away a set of 4 tickets to the World Outlaws show going on in June up there to sit in the second level suites. Auctioned those bad boys off with a couple of books and some other items from the Hall of Fame. Keep your eyes on the auction page. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, hit subscribe. If you are on Facebook, come by the Dirt Racing Network's page, like, share, and follow. Five nights a week, about 10 races a week. We go live almost every night. The end of the feature tonight, we'll talk to the top 3. Ask them how they enjoyed their night. Find out a little bit about what they thought of the racing out here tonight. Give you a chance to hear from the drivers directly. That is what I thought was on top of that car. I gotta say, I'm kind of digging it. Happy with you up there. Drivers are getting the track pretty worked in here. We should see a pretty good race. These guys should have a couple of lines they can use. Seeing a few drivers checking out the top side right now. See if there's going to be anything up there. Christian Bow. Pretty hard impact right there. Warm-up session winding down. It'll be feature time. 30 green flag laps. Guys, the caution laps are very long here, so if we get a caution, we may talk about anything but what's going on out there on the track because we need to fill some space. Drivers getting ready to line them up on the front stretch now. Your CJAuto21.com starting lineup for the A main tonight. On the pole, the TMJ Racing number 00 of Terry Mustard on his outside. The 01 of Nick Shamborn. Second row on the inside, the 54 of John Batiste on his outside. The 21 of Nick Cohan. In the third row will be Casey Miller, the 05 inside, the 86 of John Borst on the outside. Zane Scott will start the 37 machine on the inside of the fourth row with the 26 of Trevor Hinker on his outside. Row 5, Scott Simley in the 12 inside, Chris Webb, the 68 car on the outside. Shane Yates will start the 11 car on the inside of the sixth row. And on his right side, at the start of the feature, will be the 128 of Gabe Glatfelter. Row 7, Josh Gerlach, the 71 inside, the 89 of Mason Hine outside. Chris Jabot will start the 24 car on the inside of the 8th row, and Andrew Haberman will start on his outside. Your 9th row, Don Runkle Jr. inside, 00 car, and the 43 of Hondo Longmire on the outside of that row. In the back row tonight, for the 30-lap A main, the 63 of Bill Coy inside, and the 1 car of Robbie Schaefer. After a horrific crash in his heat race, will start shotgun on the field. $30 laps. Pace truck should head in this time. Ready for the start. PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Xfinity car. There's my Hondo Longmire with a little bit of a problem with his connection. Looks like possibly he dropped out. Take a peek up front right now. Terry Mustard Jr. able to hang on.
Right,
Caution. We saw that
out.
starting. I think Haberman got by. Schaefer got by Bill Coy. Scott Simley might have had a bit of a problem here. 12 car. We'll look and see. He's on the inside. The Miller High Life car right there. Down into the corner. Yeah, got it up there. Got a little out of shape. Lost a little bit of momentum, and he just barely got clipped. I think Gladfelter got him going by. So they got a couple of laps in. Mustard, Batista, Shamborn, Miller, Cohan, Scott, Borst, Hinker. Simley is out of there. Glatfelter was in, and then Josh Gerlach will fill in that 10th spot. So still 28 laps on the board. Lights still on the pace truck. Like I said, these pace laps seem to take a little while. Hondo Longmire already out of this one. So with Longmire out, Simley to the back. 19 cars still running. All 19 remaining on the lead lap. Hopefully we will get a 1 to go signal this time by. Lights do go out on the pace truck. We will get the green flag out of turn 4. Pace truck headed to the infield. Mustard on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Good start for Terry. He's going to keep it up on the top side. John Batista going to have to try to run him down, get around him, and a mistake like that will open the door, and Batista will probably drop that thing to the bottom. He may take a shot down here. Turns 1 and 2. Took it in on the bottom. Not quite enough yet, but he's going to be alongside. Who's going to have the advantage this time down the front stretch? Still Mustard, but not by much. Now John Batista has an advantage with a big wiggle right there. I think Batista going to clear and get into the lead. Shamborn was trying to take a peek on the bottom. Mustard going to fight back on the top side. Just got to get that car to get in there and get through that slick a little bit quicker, and I think he's got a shot to maybe run Batista back down. Put some pressure on him. He's got to get the car to go in and then up to the top, get that right rear up by that cushion. He wants to run that little bit of a slide line right there. Shamborn tried to squeeze the door closed. And that wasn't going to work out for Mustard. He went ahead and went right back by. They're bringing people back into the fold. Miller's up here. Here comes Zane Scott. That's your top 5 on the screen right there. Battling hard. Oh, Miller got way out of shape. That's going to cost him some distance. Zane Scott worked his way around. Now John Batista goes back to the top side. Very good, very close racing at the front. Nobody running away with this one. Scott on the inside on Shamborn right here. He's going to try to go inside on Mustard. He may have them both cleared. Went 2 for 1 that time in the corner. Moves Zane Scott into the second position. Now he's protected against the slider from Shamborn. Does so well, and that opens the door for Mustard to go back by. Mustard, a little sideways there. Going to grab the car back up, keep it out of everybody's way. Going to lose third to Shamborn around the top side right there. Good battle. For your top three right now, Nick Shamborn clears into third. Mustard back to fourth. Casey Miller's recuperated. Hung on to fifth. He's going to try to go around. Caution. That time, Jabot and Runkle. Let's see if something happened with these guys. Might have happened right in front of them. Oh, right there. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Haberman? No, it wasn't Haberman. It was. I think it was Runkle. No, I wasn't Runkle either. He's still out there. I'm not sure whose car is on pit road right now. Got a couple of them down there. Longmire Webb retired from the event. Bill Coy back here running in 18th. Running up through the field in the running order right here. Mason Hine is who that was. The 89 car of Mason Hine got out of shape, collected the 24 car of Chris Jabot. All right, so get back to the front here. These guys are going to have at least one more pace lap. Batista, Scott, Shamborn, Mustard, Miller, Cohan, Hinkert, Yates, Gerlach, and Borst, your top 10 currently. So we'll go back to green. Coming out of 4 this time. Almost a halfway. 2 laps shy of being halfway.
Green flag, green flag.
Back on the throttle. Zane Scott. Right in his tire tracks. Almost timed it up perfectly with him. Zane Scott looking to put a little bit of pressure on that 54 machine. These two starting to break away from the rest of the field. Chambrone hanging on to third right in front of Mustard and Casey Miller. The 05 car trying to make some headway there. Not a lot going on. Here comes Nick Cohan, the 21 car. He's up to 6th. Then Hinkert, Yates, Gerlach, and Gladfelter in your top 10 right now. Your top 2. That was a mistake from Batista. Got the car out of shape. He's going to open the door. Will Scott have the run out of 2 down the backstretch? Zane Scott now eases ahead going into 3 and 4. Who's got it at the line? Zane Scott, your new leader. Just past halfway, 17 down, 13 to go. The 37 car of Zane Scott. Round the top side. Only about 3-4 car lengths separate these two at the front. Down to 11 to go. Here comes Batista, going to go to the bottom. Watching the two at the front, pretty good battle going on. Casey Miller's worked his way around Mustard and Chambrone to move him to 3rd. Mustard still 4th, Chambrone in 5th. For inside 10 to go now. Zane Scott keeping the 37 machine. right where he needs it to be, out in front of the 54. Batista able to hook that left front right down there at that transition, and it's really keeping him moving around the corner. Go on board with John Batista. Keeping it under 0.2 of a second. Scott has a single mistake up on the top. John Batista will go right back by. Now right alongside, so the bottom's starting to come in. Ooh, Lapper, and that was contact. That's going to open it up with 5 to go. That might have ended the battle here. It's the lap car down on the bottom. Bill Coy, he tried to get out of the way and stay there, I think. Ultimately, the deciding factor in what I think finished this race right there, that was going to be a pretty exciting side-by-side battle. And now it's turned into a Zane Scott runaway, 0.8 of a second, 3/4 of a second officially at the line. Zane Scott going to get the 2 to go signal right here. Just needs to keep it together for 8 more corners. He will pick up the win at the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing 60, round number 11. White flag in the air one more time around. Terry Mustard Jr. now brings the 00 back to a podium spot. See if he can hang on right there. But it is all Zane Scott in this one. He comes out a 4 checkered flag in hand. Your winner tonight, the 30 lap A main for the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series. Zane Scott, John Batista, then Terry Mustard. Your top 3. Get these 3 drivers around on the front stretch. Grab them and drag them up here to the booth with us. Talk to them about their podium finishes this evening. Give these guys a couple of minutes to collect themselves and get in here to chat. We know we got Zane Scott already. I'm looking to see if Mr. Mustard is around. There's Terry.
Hello.
Hey, you there, buddy?
Hey, buddy, I got you.
Well, man, you know, special paint scheme tonight. Pretty special run. You come home on the podium. Tell us a little bit about the car.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is a throwback to Jim Neer's race car that my dad used to help on for years. Pretty special to think about and bring it up. You know, it's pretty special to all of us. And Jimmy was a pretty well-known local driver around here that ran a lot of all-star races, outlaw races, and stuff like that. And he retired, I think it was 2015, if I ain't mistaken, somewhere in there. But yeah, it was really special to run it.
Well, a fantastic drive for you tonight. Come out, you win your heat race. You start up front for the feature, and you end up on the podium. Tell us about the feature race there. You got a little bit behind, got the car out of shape a couple of times, had to play some catch-up.
Yeah, I tried the top at the beginning there, and I just didn't really feel like that was going to be where the speed was. So I thought, well, I'm going to drop to the bottom. When I done that, I clipped the apron because it's kind of hard. There's a fine line right there where that shelf's at and where the banking starts. And I clipped it a couple times and got the car all out of whack. And I was just hanging on, man. Like I say, drive fast, take chances, and turn left. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Right there towards the end, I found a little grip right there about a lane up from where I was running on the bottom, about in the center of the racetrack, and man, it just took off. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, they always say you drive it till you hear glass and smell. I think it's alcohol. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there you go.
What a fantastic run, man. Who normally helps you out on the car every week?
Just myself. Me and my wife, and I'm a self-sponsored guy, so I do it all myself. And the ones that does help me, every once in a great while, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mainly do it all myself.
All right, man. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Congratulations on a great run, and really cool to see a throwback paint scheme and get a little bit of background on a retired sprint car driver.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it, and I want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in, and for everybody that put on the race and sponsored the race. And Nick, I appreciate you putting this on, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, your third place finisher. Whoa, and Terry came right back in here. All right, now we got him. Mr. Terry Mustard, let us move on to our second place finisher. And this guy's been spending some time talking to broadcasters in the booth since he made his return after a short hiatus. JB, you around?
Hey, I'm here.
Well, man, you've been doing pretty good. The rust, non-evident, and getting better and better each week, man. I saw you had a little trouble there with a lap car late in this one. I think that kind of took away from what was going to be one hell of a finish.
Yeah, it's whatever. It was a good race. I had a real fun race with Zane. I know Zane came from pretty deep in the field there, so congrats to him on running a pretty flawless race. I had the bottom rolling pretty good, and I really think I was going to get him if we had the remaining laps that we had left. Those things happen, though. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. It happens. We'll run another race, I guess. My favorite track, so you'll see me a lot at Bristol.
I was just getting ready to ask what you thought of Bristol because you're coming back, in the last few weeks, and this brand new facility for us was going to get your opinion. But your favorite track, what makes it your favorite?
It's pretty. It's a pretty racy track. I don't like. The bottom is pretty screwed up here. I wasn't gonna run the apron because I don't know, it's just kind of BS to me. So I was just gonna keep it right on the inside of the slick, and even running that line, it was pretty quick and just as fast as the top with Zane was running there. And I mean, we were side by side for what, like 10, 12 laps or so. I don't know. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks in pretty much every car, late model, big block, sprint car, and it's fast. So I don't know what's not to like.
All right, man, a fantastic finish. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, I just want to thank Nick for putting this deal on. Thanks for letting me back in. I enjoy this league a lot. Thanks, Roger, for putting the broadcast on every week, as usual. Congrats to Zane and Terry on their first and third finishes, and I will see you Thursday.
All right, buddy. Thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you Thursday night.
Thanks, sir. See you then.
Your second place finisher, Mr. JB John Batista. Let's move on and talk to this guy. I saw him last night in a different place in the 360s, and he was on the verge of doing something he had never done before, and he came up just a little short on what I think is alcohol, methanol. So tonight he puts a little extra, I think, in the tank, and man, it made the car awful zoomy, and he gets out there and picks up the win. Zane Scott, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, you came up short last night, but you make up for it here at Bristol tonight, buddy. Tell us about your feature run.
Last night sucked. It's been 3.5, 4 years in the making trying to get a DSRL win, which I haven't run full time over there. But I think if we had enough fuel, we would have won that because I don't think anyone was going to catch us. But ran out of fuel there, and then coming to this, I wasn't even going to run tonight. I was just going to do schoolwork, and then saw my emails and said that PRO was going to be at Bristol 360s. So, and I've always been good in 360s really ever since I started iRacing. I think I don't know, something about them, just better at them. But came out here, and then at first I thought maybe the field was going to be kind of weak, and I didn't want to feel like I cherry-picked it, and I saw John join, so I had a little bit of competition there, and then started like 5th or 6th, I don't even know, but kind of got up to the front there, just took my time. It's 30 laps. This place is big. Got there, and then eventually saw a chance to get around John, and I knew if I didn't make it sooner or later and force him off his line that he's probably going to maybe pull away from me. So slid him, got by him, and then just kind of ran the top there for most of the race, or the slider line in 3 and 4, just because off of 4 it doesn't really slick it up like it does in 2. So ran that, and then I think we started to pull away from John a little bit, and then I think maybe he just kind of found some on the bottom, and he reeled back in. I went to the top there and 3 and 4 for a lap, and that cost me. And then that lap car there, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to throw shade in the interview, but I think it looked like that guy or that car was committed to pulling off the track, and all of a sudden didn't, and it kind of screwed John over and really ruined what would have been probably a good race to the finish. So not the ideal win, but it's a win nonetheless. You got to be up there to get it, I guess, so we'll take it.
Yeah, and it looked like you're really able to work the top side. John was able to work the bottom. You're just a little more comfortable when it's slick through the middle. You'd rather be with the right rear up against the fence, or just he was already down there and you didn't want to go to the bottom.
Partially he's already down there, and 2, it's not that I don't feel comfortable. Definitely at Bristol. I mean, if you got the wing in the right spot on a fixed setup like this, whatever, you can just blast it through there almost wide open and not have to worry about it. But there's that little lip down there, right where I think the apron on the pavement track meets where the banking's at, kind of where the dirt's not symmetrical. And if you get it, it's really fast. But once the track slickens off, I have a hard time seeing it or hitting it right. So I'll just blow the ass end off the car, and if that happens, John's going to get around me, and I probably ain't going to be able to catch him back up because him and I run in almost identical lap time. So just safer play to run it up top, and like I said there, we started to pull away until there at the end, and then it would have been interesting to see what happens.
I'm sure you got a pretty good list of shout-outs tonight before we let you go celebrate a great victory.
I don't really, just myself at this point. I really haven't made an announcement on it or anything like that. I've been away from my racing for the past 2 or 3 months. I mean, this was only my 3rd sprint car race, I think, in the last month and a half. So I left elbows up by myself. So we're all independent again, and this paint scheme's like my original paint scheme from 2018. So really just out having fun, doing it for myself, and just seeing what happens. And I didn't know I was going to come back and have a chance to win back-to-back nights and some leagues with some top talent. So we'll take it. But I just got to really thank myself and for not stepping on it, I guess. And then, of course, you guys, everyone at PRO for putting the league on, and the DRN for broadcasting it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us, and good luck out there on your own. Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Thank
you. Zane Scott wins your A-Main tonight. Let's look at our official results. Scott wins at Batista was 2nd. Mustard was 3rd. Then Miller in 4th. Chambrone comes home in 5th. Shane Yates 6th. 7th to Josh Gerlach. Nick Cohan comes home 8th tonight. Robbie Schaefer 9th. Gabe Gladfelter in 10th. 11th to Trevor Hinker. 12th was Scott Simley. John Borst in 13th. Don Runkle Jr. in the 14th spot. Bill Coy 15th. 16th to Mason Hines. 17th was Andrew Haberman. Chris Jabot in 18th. Chris Webb came home 19th tonight, and an early exit for Hondo Longmire. I think he had internet issues, so he will come home in 20th. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, guys. It's been another fun show here with the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series. Look forward to seeing these guys back in the big blocks next week for round number 12. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Dirt Racing Network. Dominic Santino will have the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors Big Block Modified Series from Cedar Lake. Going to be a good show. 40-lap feature for those guys, so tune in, check that out. And Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, the Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaws. A lot of giveaways. Be sure you tune in for those. Some fan giveaways. Got some auctions going on. Check all that stuff out. DirtSlingersRacing.com/auctions. You can get in on all the fun with the auctions, weekly auctions and the season-long auctions over there. They run until July the 29th. A lot of cool memorabilia and some one-of-a-kind items going on over there. All the proceeds going to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. So check that all out. And until we see you the next time, guys, thank you very much for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show.